All right, y'all, I'm back. This is part two. I was recording and I got a phone call which interrupted my recording, but that's all right. I'm back. Hopefully you guys find this part two, which is a continuation to the video that hopefully, I don't know what I'm gonna title it, but this is part two, y'all. Okay, I need to continue with this thought. So pretty much I'm just calling us together. It's time for us to unite. It's time for us to put our resources together and come together. No more of the chosen being on their own. I read so many comments and everybody's by themselves. People are struggling. There should be no more struggling. We are God's children. Okay, no more struggling. I don't want to hear no more about my people being homeless, people losing their homes, people losing their jobs. Okay, us coming together is our ability to create jobs for ourselves as well, and create revenue for ourselves, and also our ability to always have housing. You know, this is about stability. It is time for us to have stability. Life. No more interruptions, no more breakups, no more hiccups, no more uncertainty that comes from the matrix. God has a greater system for us, a greater system, one of stability, okay? One of stability, and you need to know that. And the way that is accomplished is by us coming together. And, you know, for most of us who have been chosen, who have been alone by ourselves for a long time, you know, it's probably going to be a change for us, you know, being communal again, having to, you know, rely on someone else. You know, being a chosen, I've been independent, you know, for quite some years, you know, just relying on myself and, you know, the heavens, and you know, living alone. So it's like someone being in prison and being in what you call a 24-hour lockdown, or what they call it, the hole. You know what I mean? It probably will be difficult for us to, well, maybe it won't. You know, I don't even want to speak that it'll be difficult. You know, being that we're so much alike, it'll probably be quite easy. But it'll be a change, you know. It's definitely a change, you know, from going from one person to many people. You know, that's going to be a shock. I don't have no doubt about that. But I'm sure we can accomplish anything, because it's our desire to be communal. I know I'm ready to be communal. It's been a long time by myself, and listen, I've been trying to connect with people and do things. However, everything that I wanted to connect to wasn't of God. They were not a part of God's plan. So I was unable to ever connect to those things, you know. So I also was sitting around waiting. I said, when is the black man going to rise up? When are we going to get our true leader? You know, I was excited when, I was excited really finding out about Nature Boy and just a lot of the other, you know, black men who have come up and spurred up with knowledge and attempted to try something like I was, but really Nature Boy, you know, excited, you know, I wouldn't say I'm disappointed in him, but, I'm disappointed in how that all played out, honestly, you know, because it's such a great blueprint, you know. I think that what he brought forth, you know, on a large scale, I'm sure other people have been doing this for forever. I've looked into this stuff since I was a young girl. I found communities in South Carolina, all these different black people who have created villages and are they're sovereign and stuff all over the United States. Like I found out about these different group of peoples, and that's always been my dream and desire. I've seen these things since I was a kid, you know. So Nature Boy just had it on a large scale, and, you know, was visible. You know, the only visible thing that I seen, like the creation of it, you know, unfortunately it didn't pan out for whatever reasons, you know, but that's still a great model. You know, it is the model. It is the blueprint. It's the destiny for us. It's for us to build these little communities or tribal communities, or build a huge community, a nation, you know, ultimately. Perhaps it'll start as little nations, us coming together and modeling it to our people, not to the world, to our people, and then them doing it in every location they are. Perhaps all of us coming together and being united. That would be great, you know. So I really love that model. You know, I really, really love that model. You know, I mean, complete sovereignty. a kingdom, a sovereignty. We need nothing outside of our kingdom. Everything that we need will be within the confines of our land, our kingdom, and everything that we need. We don't have to go nowhere. We don't have to go outside nowhere. I see a land so great and so mighty, you hear me, that no outside force can come in and destroy unless somehow we fall. You understand? We fall somewhere along the line. I'm talking about a land so mighty that no army, no military can ever, number one, they won't be able to locate us. Okay. And number two, just say they may say that they somehow can locate us. But the force that will be emanating from the land that we will be in, will repel, okay, negativity, that these forces can't even enter in. But number one, we're going to be in a realm of invisibility where we can't even be found, okay? that is the hopes, we want to be cloaked. We want to be in a land, but in a dimension to where we can't be located. And this is what I'm talking about. So people like, what about this? What about this? They're going to come do this. Now, I'm telling you, they ain't going to come do nothing. Okay? When you write, and this is what you truly supposed to be doing, and you a part of this, I'm telling you, invisibility is a real thing. And we're going to be in a dimension all to our own. Impossible for invaders to come and capture and change things. This is what I'm talking about, okay? An amazing land that emanates power, beauty, and, something that people can feel but can't really see. We will be visible to those things that, to anything that is beneficial to us, but to anything that seeks to harm and destroy us, we'll be invisible. Yeah. So, again, please, y'all, I don't want y'all to hear this message and love it. Obviously, too, I need to start telling y'all to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe my videos. Join the channel, okay? And definitely, again, so for those of you who have already stepped out of the matrix, this is for you, and you're looking for a tribe and a family to join with. And then those of you who are on the border, who haven't really committed to walking away, but it's inevitable and you got to do it. I want to be here as a guide to help you walk away, and give you the courage, the strength, and also let you know that we have the resources needed to help you make the change that you need to be making. Okay. Let's see. I think that's it. It's just a call to, come on, y'all. Hit me up. That email is florida1321@gmail.com. I want to hear from you guys. I really do. It's time for us to unite. And at this point, shoot, one of you, just one right now would be so excellent. If I could just get one person to send me an email and tell me that they ready, I'm looking for so many of y'all, but just one would really make my day. So don't be afraid. Don't be shy. You know what I mean? This is what you need. This is what you need. This is what we need. Okay? So with that being said, I hope I was clear in my message. It's time to unite. It's time to get building. It's time to stop complaining. I listen to so many people, right? I was watching one of the programs that deal with a lot of like African scholars and stuff like that, or activists, and they have them on, and they saying the same stuff that our ancestors said 50 years ago. I'm tired of talking. That argument is so still. These talking points are so still. Like ain't nothing to talk about no more. It's all action. We could sit around and talk about the ancestors for days. Okay, but I'm telling you that it comes to a point where the ancestors have done their work. They are tired of us talking about them. They said, you are in this lifetime. You are the one that is the star now. You are on go. We done came and did what we were supposed to do. It's time for you to make your way now. It's time for us to talk about you now. You are here. You have the power. It's all about you. and we live inside of you. So it is about you. Enough talking about us and our accomplishments. It's your time to put in your work to further the kingdom, okay? And to do your work. It's time for you to do your work. So step into your power. Step into this calling, okay? Step into this promised land, okay? So, like I said, yeah, we doing too much talking. And not even just doing too much talking. I'm starting to see a lot of us getting diverted, especially into all these alien conspiracy stuff and all this other stuff, all this out there stuff. That stuff is great, but we need to bring this thing back down here. I got lost out there a little bit, but when I get to the core of things, and when I get to why I started this thing in the beginning, and when I get to the core of this thing, is that, I just want to be okay today. It always comes back down to me wanting to be with my people and seeing us in our risen state together, So I encourage those of you who started out in liberation, but because this new age, which I believe is a deception, not a deception, but it's a construct, okay? It was a tool. It's a tool being used by the players, okay? The powers that were, to distract us, and people not seeing it. I done seen for years people stuck into all this stuff that's out there, stuff that you can't even see or feel. You just speculating about, but we got real shit that we need to deal with. But this is like some form of escapism and some form of great delusion they done put over. They done cast that new age alien stuff that they done put out there. They done infused it with stuff that done just caught our people too, and they done said forget liberation, because that new age got big money in it too now. So people that's in that new age talking about all that stuff, they and all that alien talk, they out there getting big checks on YouTube and getting big checks through all the events and stuff they throwing. So they done forgot that money done distracted them. That's another tool. All these distractions that are taking our great brothers off the course of liberation. We had men that started off in liberation. Now they talking about they businessmen. This is the power of the tools that the wizards use to keep us continually in bondage and stopping us from not uniting, okay? So to anyone listening to this message, please, I call you back. I call your soul back to you, okay? Because this wizard seeks to distort your soul into, what do you call it? He wants to have it in pieces. He wants to keep you fragmented, okay? So I am calling back the soul, the spirit, the star of the black man, black woman, and child. I call our souls back to us. I take our souls back, the soul of us that have been hijacked. They have hijacked our soul and the spirit through all of these tricks and delusions. But I call it back to us now. May we all begin to remember why we got into this. May we all remember the sacrifices of our ancestors. May we all begin to leave the false idols behind and come together and create paradise, our kingdom, our birthright, our unity. Okay? This war that's going on all over this planet it has not, listen, you think it got something to do with these other people fighting each other, but at the end of the day, these wars solely, okay, are all happening because of the greater war against the chosen. Okay? Against the chosen. These wars have everything to do with us. Believe me. I know you might say, how is that so? How could something in Europe have something to do with us? Oh, well, let me tell you, our God got a plan. Our God has a plan. Okay? He will cause infighting amongst the rulers who have captured us. He is causing them to bicker. When they are doing this they have disunity now, and it begins to break down this infrastructure. okay, that they have created. Because now the family is fighting, the family is feuding, and that benefits us. This is bringing forth our liberation, okay? So, Black man, Black woman, Black child, hear my voice. I call you back to your center. I call you back to your senses. I call you back to your right mind, okay? Join me. Join your ancestors. Join your God. Let's come together. Let's come together and build a mighty, mighty nation. Let's come together and build paradise on earth. Let's come together and love one another. Let's come together and rebuild. Let's come together and heal. Let's come together. That is the message. Love you all. Have a good night.